All right, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Kezia Williams, docket number 20-825FH. Mr. Williams, your mom's in my waiting room, but I don't let non-participants into my Zoom hearings. But there's a link where she can watch it on YouTube, and we'll reach out to her and make sure she has that so that she can see this after the fact, because we don't want to leave her out of the loop, but I don't let her into the actual hearing, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the time set for sentencing, and Mr. Williams, would you just confirm for me that you are in agreement with doing the sentencing remotely?
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. You were convicted of carrying a pistol in an automobile. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. You have the right to a lawyer, and you are represented by Mr. Marks, who is present. And Mr. Marks, have you had a chance to go through the pre-sentence report with your client?
May it please the court, I have had the opportunity to review the pre-sentence report as far as with my client. There's only one correction that we saw that should occur, and that's on the cover sheet. And it makes reference in personal history. He's in the 11th grade, not the 10th.
Okay. But currently in the 11th, right?
Correct. That's my
So I
understanding.
think on that, yeah, I think on that personal history, they're talking about the level completed.
Complete, okay.
Yeah, I think that's their standard, so I'll leave it as is. And that was your only one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then any objection to the scoring of the guidelines?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, and did the people have any corrections to the report or objections to scoring?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And did the people wish to be heard?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Marks, I'll hear from you then.
Briefly, Your Honor, had an opportunity to have a couple of conversations as far as with Mr. Williams. One about the value of what the Homes Youthful Training Act will do in reference to a non-public record. The other aspect to which he and I spoke about was his age, the fact he is in high school, he's doing that, he's doing sports, and to have a pistol in in a vehicle. The discussion was maybe it's time for Mr. Williams to look for new friends or keep away from certain type of situations. I realize the difficulty in trying to stay out of trouble in today's time, but he is going to need to work at that because any type of impulsive decision on his part can totally change around his life from, like I said, an impulsive decision. So he understands that basically he wants to finish out as far as school. He's telling me he's expected to graduate from Everett in June of 22. As stated, he is playing sports. I'm just going on the basis that he's at least halfway decent if he's playing at Everett. So that opens up college for him as well. So as far as with that, with everything in front of him, it's just important for him to understand that he has to think about what he's doing. Other than that, simply ask the court to adopt the recommendation.
All right, thank you. And then Mr. Williams, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I wanted to say I apologize. It was a mistake. It's not something that will happen again.
Okay. I don't believe it will, and I hope that it won't. I have to sort of touch on something Mr. Mark said, and that is about impulsive acts and how it can change and ruin your life. You know, I was really concerned because it said in here that you were carrying a gun in the car because you were beefing with someone. That's probably the worst reason to carry a gun in a car, because if you're beefing with someone, that's just the kind of trigger, no pun intended, that you need to then do something rash, do something impulsive, and do something that changes your whole life. And you've got too many possibilities here for your future. You don't want to change your whole life that way. So you can go on and you can do some pretty good things, I think. I'm going to grant your petition for treatment under the Homes Youthful Training Act and place you on probation for 18 months, 1 day in jail with credit for 1 day served. You have to pay $130 to the Crime Victims Fund, $68 in state costs to the county in the amount of $250, which is a large reduction from the State Court Administrative Office calculated average cost of a criminal case in Ingham County. I'm waiving supervision fees. Additional conditions of probation are: you may not use or possess alcoholic beverages, controlled substances, drug paraphernalia, or medical marijuana while you're on probation. You must comply with both drug and alcohol testing as your agent directs. You must complete outpatient or residential substance abuse treatment if you are referred to that by your agent. You must complete an MRT program, waive confidentiality, and allow any treatment program you're in to disclose information about you to your agent. You may not engage in any assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. No contact with anyone you know to have a felony record. You may not possess a weapon while you're on probation. You must comply with the written and verbal orders of your agent. Allow the agent into your home at any time. Submit to a search of your person or property without need of a warrant. Report any changes to your agent within 24 hours. And you also need to contact the probation department within 24 hours just to get set up on probation. So they're going to go over the conditions with you and talk to you about reporting and what your obligations are. And so you'll need to contact the probation department within 24 hours to get that going. Mr. Williams, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date. It explains that more on a form that we will send to you. Do you have any questions before we end this?
No.
Okay, good luck, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you have any questions, give me a call. You know the number, all right?